Hello guys, it's Coach Review here. I'm going to be reviewing Copperhead Strike at Carowinds. Copperhead Strike is a Mack Rides launch coaster. Mack Rides is a German roller coaster manufacturer which was founded in 1780 and has made high-throw launch coasters since the late 2000s. But before the 2010s, Mack was known for family coasters, also owning Europa Park in Germany. But anyways, Copperhead Strike was announced on August 30th, 2018, with it becoming Carowinds' largest investment with a new land named Blue Ridge Junction, also coming in 2019. In 2019, Copperhead Strike opened to rave reviews, with many people considering Carowinds' second or third best roller coaster. And in my opinion, it's the second best at Carowinds. Of course, you guys can openly go and disagree because, of course, everyone has different opinions. When you enter Copperhead Strike's plaza, you see a large sign with the ride's name and the launch and second version right behind the sign. Overall, Copperhead Strike gives you a good first impression, and when you enter the line, you'll be right in the middle of the compact layout. You walk through some light theming and a few cattle pens, but when you finally get off the station, you see the 4-car trains with 16 riders per train. When you sit down on the train, you pull down your comfortable lap bar, which by the end will staple you, but it's pretty comfortable still. But when you dispatch, you go through a JoJo roll, which gives you top tier hang time, and will set the tone of the rest of the ride. After that, you go into a barn, which you stop and see some theming, and then you finally launch. The launch, it's a Mack launch, it's worthless. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is worthless. But I can disregard that for how good the rest of the layout is. At least for the first 2/3 of it is. But after that, you go into a really good vertical loop, which gives you really good hang time. And this ride should be named Hang Time. I'm just saying. Its hang time at Knott's Berry Farm probably gives less hang time than Copperhead Strike. But anyways, after that you go into an airtime hill, which gives you some good sustained ejector airtime. After that you go into a corkscrew, which gives you a little bit of flip, but still isn't great. Or it's still great, or it's a good element. Then you go into a few turns into a small airtime hill, which gives you decent flutter to the second and final launch on Copperhead Strike. I would say it is a little bit better than the first launch, but it's still pretty worthless. But during the launch, you go through a little airtime hill, which doesn't give much. But anyways, after the launch, you go into a little step up, which gives you some decent floater into a inverted top hat, which gives you some really good hang time at its max at Copperhead Strike's max height of 95 feet. But anyways, after that, you go into a turn, which is pretty intense, I have to say, into a vertical loop, which combines really good positive G-forces and some hang time, which I really like. Anyways, then after that, you go into another standout element, which is the Stangle Dive, which goes right through the first vertical loop. And the Stangle Dive gives great whip, of course, because of Stangle Dive, and it's just really, overall, a really good element. After that, you go into one more quick transition, and then the ride kind of goes down from there, because you kind of go through some slower turns, and this, for the last third of the ride, it really isn't very eventful. It really doesn't do much in the last 1/3 of the ride. But the first 2/3 of the ride does go and make the last third, not being the greatest, not that bad. Because, of course, it loses momentum and all that. But they still probably could have done a tad bit better with it, but I'm not going to complain because this is not that, it's not that bad, because it's still a decent bit of the ride. But anyways, after that, the final few turns, you go into the brake run, of course. I would say I have two complaints, which is last 1/3 being pretty weak after the Stangle Dive and quick transition, but still, I've already talked about that a tad bit too much at this point, so I'm not going to mention it again. But then the second complaint I have is the lap bars kind of do staple you by the end of the ride, which I do not like or don't like that much. but still it's still a lap bar on it. Really hang time filled roller coaster. So it's, in my opinion, it's not that bad. But still is one of the like 2 complaints I have. Just because Copperhead Strike overall combines great hang time, good air time, and good positive G-forces, which is pretty rare to find a ride that has all 3 of those. But anyways, put down in the comments what you think about Copperhead Strike. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And see you guys in the next video. Peace.